Hello and welcome, viewers. I am Brij Pahwa, and with me is Dr. Ashish Bajaj. Dr. Bajaj is the Group CMO of Narayana Health, and he's also a very known and renowned marketer. He's also very recently written a book on marketing technology called the MarTech Playbook. Congratulations on that, Dr. Bajaj.
Thank you so much, Brij.
So my first question is, you know, uh, MarTech is a as a concept is still very niche, right? And it is as dynamic as one can possibly say. The rules of the game are changing every day. Considering the advent of artificial intelligence, marketing technology has taken bounds and leaps ahead. Um what do you write in the book? How are you making it simpler for marketers to understand marketing technology and the intersection of AI?
I think you're absolutely right. The technology and I think our generation is the lucky generation in terms of one seeing the dot-com hype and then now the AI hype. So you're seeing two technology advancements happening in one's lifetime is one of the big things I feel that we are lucky for. So now, but specifically talking about marketing and technology coming together, I think one, what it helps marketer bring a technology aspect into is that you're able to understand the consumer better. Your insights from your first party data gives you a lot in terms of building right cohorts, right communication segments for your consumer base, and it gives you a huge scale to find out who are the similar people.
Hmm.
So it just solves the right things for a marketer to build their brand or scale their businesses. And when you talk about what did I try to do in the book? The first time that I was trying to do 0 to 1 in my previous experiences of setting up a martech stack in the organizations that I was earlier, um, I didn't had any references. Whatever we learned from our mistakes, and whatever we learned from the partners. Whatever we learned from reaching out to the people who had done this kind of execution before us.
Hmm.
I thought that there is absolutely need and a requirement of a playbook which somebody could refer to when they are writing their martech stack right now. And that's what I've just tried. It's a no nonsense, no jargon book, and it's a straightaway a playbook which you can refer to while building the entire cohort of your martech stack.
Hmm. These days it is very difficult to build a stack. I mean, with about 15,000 tools in the market and
Yeah.
increasing day by day. So as a marketer, how do you select the right tool for you? Also,
Mhm.
there is there are tools available, and then there are tools you can make inside the organization as well. You can develop according to your own needs, right? So how should a marketer go by? Because of course there's a risk developing your own tool,
Absolutely.
and there's always a risk taking another tool, because you might not know what helps you, what doesn't help you, and then there are so many tools in the market. So how do you make the perfect stack for your organization?
So, Briz, I'll start with a fun fact first. When I started writing the book, there was almost 12,500 tools that were available in the market.
No.
The time I've launched it, it has already crossed 17,000.
Wow.
And it took us almost 10 odd months to finish the book. So that's how fast this space is blowing up. Now, how do you set up and what is the requirement for you? Let's just divide ourselves into three parts, keeping in mind small scale business that you are starting up. Um, Here, please don't try to build everything in house. It's not the space and time and energy and money you should be spending in terms of building your own tools, own CRM, own CDP. Of course, if you are a technology startup, you will have the infrastructure that is required at least to solve for your CDPs, where you can bring in the data, and then that data can be sanitized and then be thrown into a CRM so that you can start utilizing it for sending your campaigns. Of course, just connect all the channels with it. Now, if you are at a stage where you're a large scale, where large scale you already have a lot of data, that data has not been sanitized, it sits somewhere else or on papers or on Excels. uh, there is where the you as an organization, as a CEO, as let's a promoter, you need to understand that it is the cost of doing business now. Just like, for instance, if you are in a brick and mortar business and you run, let's say it's an automobile industry and you need to have showrooms or service centers, if you are spending that kind of capex for your growth and you understand that it is required for my business to grow, a CEO needs to understand that now this technology and marketing investments is going to be the cost of business.
Hmm.
That becomes part of his or her plan when they're looking at the year spends. From here onwards, you build a CDP stack, you build a graphical or data analytical stack, then you build a CRM stack. Now, here, if you are flush with funds, nothing like it building your in-house, because it will be able to understand your data faster, because the people who will be working on it will have a lot of knowledge of the first party data
Yes.
and your own business. Somewhere where I think large businesses can make a brilliant impact for their organizations. The only caveat which I feel, because it's time taking and money consuming. So if you have both the takes for you, you can actually go ahead and build it for yourself.
Hmm. With you talked about first party data with the third party cookies also now on a way to be phased out.
Yeah.
What are the different avenues marketers can now use to filter that first party data, to get that first party data, and also a lot of data which is coming in today. Um, um, is maybe mirroring false notions. I'll give you an example.
Okay.
The other day I was on my Instagram and I saw between the stories I saw an advertisement by Mercedes,
Okay.
and then after four stories I saw an advertisement by Maruti Suzuki, right? So either of the companies has gotten it wrong. One thing that I'm in the price range of Suzuki, one thing that I'm in the price range of Mercedes. It can only be one, right? So maybe
Yeah.
somewhere they're now targeting the wrong person. Either of
Hmm.
the brands is targeting the wrong person. That means either of the brands has gotten their data wrong and their customer targeting wrong and are spending bucks which shouldn't be spent. So
Hmm.
today data, everybody has data, but how to use it, not a lot of people are using it correctly. How do they go about it, especially when and the irony is it's first party data. I mean, you should know how to use it.
Yeah, absolutely right. But we can post the conversation. We can spend 10-15 minutes on understanding your case a little bit more, because it intrigues me. And I know both the teams, the organizations that you're talking about, and they're solid teams in terms of knowing what they want to target. But it's a good case that we can learn from. Now, you're absolutely right. Um, there are organizations, they are sitting on gold mines and they're not able to harness the best out of it. Because the first thing which we all feel as big organizations is that somebody sitting down and understanding our own first party data on why people are buying, which usually, quote unquote, we used to call it as consumer insights team, or nowadays, because of the startups coming up in such numbers, data analytics team.
Mm.
We always see them as cost centers. That these are the people who will who will tell you where are the people coming in from, why are they buying you for, and if you integrate your NPS back with the consumer insights team or at least data analytics team, they will be able to then basis your NPS numbers as well, be able to tell which is the right cohort for you to go behind. And if you integrate your revenue numbers with it in terms of a sheet or let's say a BI, you will know who I should go behind. Where is the address? Where do they put up? What is the cohorts that I can move about? Please, everything quote unquote PII taken care. So, whatever we are talking about, I'm not going to tell anyone to just go and crisscross the audience, but everything in under DPDP. We are going to take care of the consumer, of course, but this gives you so much important insights. And usually that is the mistake what organizations do, and they are not able to think through the data. And they are able to do that is where you will be able to make moolah out of it. Why? Because now there are tools which can synthesize this first party data, basis your cohort understanding, make it large scale personalized campaigns. And with the coming of AI now, it can be done in as much as 25 seconds, where the creative is also made, the communication is also personalized, and the emailer is sent. So it's a great time to be a marketer right now.
But it's also costly to be a marketer, right? That was just uh, marketers were known to be more psychology driven. Uh, back 10 years ago. Now they are more data driven. Uh,
You know why, Brij? Let's just stay on this.
hmm,
Why marketers were psychologically driven? Because you were short on data. You're
hmm,
not able to synthesize this data. Thus, and when somebody says now that what happens to creativity now? We've just lost the creativity. No, 10 years back, you were actually trying to do something which is called hit and a miss. You were not confident whether my campaign will work or not. Why? Because you were trying different things, and you were trying things which were emotional because there was nothing else to compare yourselves on or
hmm,
drive in insights from. Correct. Second very important thing was there was not this kind of fragmentation as well.
hmm,
Your number of channels were limited, your number of advertisers were limited, and brands used to deploy because of the cost of the campaign. Brands used to deploy long term campaigns. That is why they used to be thought through that they're always visible. Now, given the fact the prices have increased, the number of channels have increased, my focus time has reduced, my
hmm,
switch between the screens or the channels has increased, and data has come in. So there is no loss of creativity. Absolutely not. You were trying by something else earlier. You are now trying with something else. And if somebody is smart enough, emotions plus data equals to communication and the right targeting, that is the formula.
hmm.
You don't need anything else.
Absolutely, absolutely. Emotions plus data. Yeah, you get the right mix. Yeah.
Absolutely. What else do you need?
Hmm. You are absolutely right. Just fine print, you talked about DPDP in between that conversation. Uh,
Uh,
and very recently, DPDP has, the guidelines have come. How do you see, the penalties are as high as 250 crores? Uh,
mm,
the norms are not followed. Uh, how do you think what will be the biggest shift now that the rules have come in? How are marketers like yourself,
mm.
perceiving the rules, and how will it change the way marketers look at the market?
See, at least this what was there. on the necks of all the marketers, at least from a year on. We had it back in mind that it's going to come, it's going to come, it's going to come. And a lot of organizations became the first mover with GDPRs, integrating themselves with that, aligning themselves with that. And given the fact now they're in black and white, uh,
Hmm.
the circles that I move in, uh, all of them are very, very pro policies. The minute it becomes clear, they will live by it. And I think it will just add one more key feature into a marketer's CV, saying that responsible marketing. So I'm quite happy that it got announced, and I'm quite happy now it's right there in terms of black and white. I know what needs to be done. I know what not needs to be done, and
Hmm.
it gives me the clarity and all the marketers a very good clarity that we can go ahead and execute what we want to execute, given whatever the boundaries are.
Hmm. These days, a lot of marketers are also trying real-time personalization.
Yeah.
uh, Especially when the market is moving very fast. The customer, uh, the customer's brain time is now getting shorter, right? They are giving lesser time to your brand.
Yeah.
Number of brands in the market are a lot. You know,
Hmm.
you need to retain your customer in, you have a matter of seconds to retain
Absolutely.
customer, right? And if you lose them, they go to another brand, because there are so many brands in the market, there are so many platforms selling those brands in the market. So how does real time personalization, orchestrate across CRM, websites, apps, media layers, and what are the practical challenges
Hmm.
to achieve those real time decisions at scale?
Currently, the coming of AI into the marketing field, the only challenge I feel right now is marketers learning how to utilize that tool.
Hmm.
The execution of those campaigns is not a challenge. Why? Because I can now create a landing page for Brij, landing page for Ashish. Differently, I can have millions of landing page for my website now. I don't need to work on certain bringing these guys, Bridge or Ashish, to a homepage. They can exactly have what they want out of my products as a personalized landing page itself. Forget about what email or copy I write for you to bring onto my platform.
Hmm.
Even when I'm talking about a website, that can be done for the app homepage as well. Your app to you will look different than to app to me,
True.
right? The offers, the products, let's just remove offers because it just makes easy, because CRM was able to do that earlier
Hmm.
as well.
Earlier as well,
Even the AI coming in, um, I can create personalized products that Bridge likes as my homepage and the creatives that he wants. Say, for instance, let's continue our automobile example, and you land on to, let's say, Mercedes, and I'm showing you the a creative where it is adrenaline for you. Then let's say a comfortable drive for me. That is the kind of personalization possible on the same app opened by different people, and this can be done at scale.
Hmm.
So the only thing now is Ashish should know how to do this.
Oh, true. So
So
how are you bridging that skill gap?
uh,
What are the ways? Is that in your book as well?
yes, training is a big feature of it. How do you plan for training? Who are the partners that you need to bring out for your training?
Oh.
And I'll be very honest to you, this is the first thing we did. So all my middle managers in the organization, approximately 40 of them within our team,
Hmm.
they are currently being trained. It's a 6 months training course that they are doing. And I'm very happy and proud that the organization supported the point forward. And they said that absolutely this is what they need to know.
Hmm.
They will be able to set up their own campaigns. They will be able to play with the tools themselves, they'll be able to gauge the impact themselves.
Hmm.
So imagine what a marketer needs. The only thing they were missing in the entire to close the loop was how much revenue I'm driving in. What is the impact of the campaign I've designed or executed.
Hmm.
So I think if you are an organization which is at scale, or let's say a new organization, pick up your champions and train them well on what's available right now in market, which they can start using from now onwards.
Hmm. Training has become more important now.
Absolutely.
Um, and another very important jargon we are hearing today is AI agents. Um,
Uh,
a, a lot of people are using them. Large LLMs have already integrated. I see OpenAI has integrated an agent feature. Uh, are you seeing practical uses of AI agents right now? Have they really unleashed themselves in the market? How are you seeing AI agents as of now,
so,
both in the customer side as well as the brand side?
so I'll pick up. We are working on things which are mundane, boring work for the team, which should be digitized with the agents. So, say for instance, if I have to fill a form, I'm a customer care agent, and I have to fill a form, or I have to, let's say, insurance uh, premium form that I need to fill in while doing the reimbursements at my hospital. These are the kind of mundane jobs which somebody needs to sit down and do every day, day in, and it's very, very boring. Trust me.
Mm.
These are the things that we are picking up first in terms of digitizing with agents. So that can be done at speed and scale, and it also helps improve your CX uh,
Hmm.
and a happy customer that your job was done within whatever stipulated time it was told. Because the human intervention is taken away. Of course, human intervention comes into time when it says, okay, there were 20 forms that were filled, 19 were right, there was one error, and in the one you solved the one error. But these are the things which, as a practical use case, we are picking up. And I'm also seeing a lot of organizations, given the fact they are helping, they're helping people who come onto their platform, let's say banks, who need to Ashish has to fill in his details, being picked up by the agent, and Ashish is just narrating them. So these are few practical use cases which are at a very advanced scale right now stage, and we should be then start using them day in day out.
Hmm. With agents would probably, as they scale, will make a lot of marketers' jobs easier,
Yeah.
right? But will they also make marketing teams leaner? Uh, will there be lesser jobs in the marketing teams in the future?
See, I tell you what, there was a time when good that we referred on saying that we saw the .com era, the search feature once first came in and the advertising started, everyone said that TV is gonna die.
Hmm.
It's been 15 years for me now. I'm hearing the same thing. Of course, given the fact it is gonna dip, which is right, the screen is gonna be there. The way you use the screen will change.
Yeah,
So
it's transformed.
CTVs
Yes.
will take away. It's not that cable and satellite will keep going, but the CTVs is going to take it up. Now coming back, saying that the minute there is a change, we all feel scared of the change.
Hmm.
What the teams and organizations, I think this is a very, very critical question for somebody who's heading the entire marketing stack, or let's say for a CHRO. Why? Because they need to understand, do I make sure that my team is using the technology for betterment of the organization,
Hmm.
or there is a sizable impact that these guys can drive in,
Hmm.
or I'm going to cut short the team and bring in who understands the technology first, and then start looking at what impact they make. Both the cases, Bridge, it's too early to give you
Hmm.
any data led insight. The only emotional led insight is, I would say, I'm happy. Why? Because it's gonna make me much more smarter. I'm happy because it will make me much more productive. And if I'm able to do that, I'll be honest. I was making a project, and today morning itself, before our call, and I completed the entire project PPT in 7 minutes. I'm done, and with brilliant
Visual.
presentation. Yeah, so absolutely yes.
You know, if you look 5 years ahead from now,
Yeah.
what is that one MarTech shift, technological shift in marketing that you believe will surprise the most organizations? I mean, it can be in a negative way as well as positive way. I mean, I can give you an example.
Mm.
A lot of conversation was there around how Zepto is uh, uh, on the app. As an Android user, you are seeing different
Higher price.
price tags.
Uh,
As an Apple user, you're using different price tags. I mean, amazing. Another example of real-time personalization. Uh,
yeah.
but yeah, what 5 years from now, in a negative way or in a positive way, what is that major technological shift in marketing you think will surprise both the consumers as well as the marketers?
So, Brits, the point you picked up, it was at a larger iOS level, which is Android and OS level, sorry, Android and iOS. This will start happening for you and me. So, the content that I read will be very, very different, can have different endings for both of us.
Hmm.
The content that I'm viewing on the same platform will have different pushes for you. So imagine I'm making 5 million copies of feature film that I'm going to release on an OTT, which will have 5 million different endings. Basis what Brij and Ashish and 5 million others like.
Hmm.
Okay, so that is the extent it can go to. And given the fact in terms of negatives, I can't think of them right now. Not top of my mind. Only I'm bustling with ideas what all it can do in next 5 years. Um, but yeah, imagine it can the money that has been put into your bank as the savings account. How can I drive it for all, let's say, 20 million users of mine? Saying that why is it sitting in your savings account? The car that I drive, the roads situation that I know, I can reduce my servicing cost. With my healthcare, I can reduce my premium to insurance
Hmm.
by taking care of myself. I don't need to be going into a hospital to get a procedure done if I'm going to take care of me.
Hmm.
These are few examples that I've also picked up in the book, which can actually look at what's future and how personalization can scale can change the entire way we look at different products in different industries, and they can be just up to Mars in terms of amplification.
Hmm. The times we are living in, I think it's very exciting to be a marketer, and it's very exciting to be somebody who covers marketing because there's so many changes and so many interesting use cases and examples we are seeing every day.
Absolutely.
And I mean, really appreciate how you've sharply articulated, the realities of, how modern marketing is changing. We often get caught up in buzzwords, but it helps somebody with real experience like you, to come back to fundamentals and see how and tell us how the change is happening.
Mhm.
So thank you so much for, giving us your time. And I think the conversation never ends.
Absolutely.
If we meet 2 months from now, it will be a very different uh, age we would be living in again, because there would be so many new tools, so much new to talk about. Thank you so much, Dr. Bajaj, for giving us your time, and we'd love to read your book. I think the ebook is already out. Uh,
Ebook is already out on Zebra Learn, and it's got the MarTech Playbook.
Wonderful. To the audience, stay tuned for more such amazing conversations with amazing marketers. Thank you for joining E4M and martechai.com. Thank you, Dr. Bajaj.
Thank you. Take care.